Morning, guys. Okay. So yesterday we have been talking about the Web API core. We created one API and also we tested it through Swagger, right? Swagger is inbuilt. Through Swagger, we have just done a initial testing of it. Okay. So we already tested all these things. So Swagger, all the CRUD operations. Now, what is my next plan is I want to create one MVC application, sorry, MVC controller, and want to create a UI. And the UI should get its data from the API. We done it earlier, guys. What is it? What is it? We'll have an MVC controller. This will be calling up the API controller. API controller will internally talk to the data source. And right now, data source is XML. This data source can be anything. Okay. But we are not designing the UI by using MVC. We are going to design the UI by using jQuery. Are you clear? For creating the UI, what I'm using? jQuery. This is one architecture. Another way, without using jQuery, what we use? Razor. So when I use jQuery, listen, when I use jQuery, directly jQuery talks to API. So this MVC controller will only launch the, means it will be something like this here. I've shown you both the architectures to you. MVC controller will launch the view. Okay, let us call it as a view. MVC controller will launch the view, but view is designed by using. So jQuery will directly talk to API controller from the client side only. Client side, no server side communication, directly from the client side. And we call this as a, what do we call it? Brain is for the SPA. Single page application, we called it as a SPA. So directly from jQuery, it will talk to the API. The API is going to talk to the data source. Another style I shown you. What is it? Creating a view by using Razor. In this case here, MVC controller will launch the view. And view wants any data, you will talk to MVC controller. MVC controller will talk with the API controller. So in the first case, the communication happens from client side. Second case, communication happens directly through server side only. So first one is client directly calling the API. Second one, client first calling the MVC controller, server. Again, MVC controller calling the API controller. These two can be sitting on the same server, or these two can be sitting on different servers. I said you in my project, my Angular UI calls a API basically. The Angular UI calls a API, direct call. My API internally calls SAP API, and SAP API talks to the database. Understand the communication pattern what we followed here. What is it? My Angular application. The Angular application request comes to my Web API core controller. Web API core controller will talk to SAP controller. SAP controller will talk to data source. Not only like SAP controller, I shown you different third parties, what I just communicated in that. Are you clear? Okay. So today I'm going to show you both the two things. What will happen first? First, an MVC controller will launch a view, guys. The view is designed by using jQuery. jQuery will talk to the API controller will communicate with the database. So this MVC controller is like a one-time use just to launch the view, that's all. Other than that, it doesn't do anything. But another one is another style. What is it? Our regular everyday pattern. What is it? Our MVC controller will launch the view now. And the view will be talking to MVC controller. MVC controller talks to API and yeah. And in this case, communication happens from client to server. When the communication happens from client to server, I said if both are running in the same origin, no problem. Otherwise, you'll get a coarse error, coarse problem, cross origin resource sharing error. But when in this case, no client to server communication, guys. It is purely server to server communication. In server to server communication, no problem. Directly it can interact and perform your task. Okay, now? So this one also, you remember, I shown you two things. One, within the same project I shown you. Two, from another project I showed you. Within the project, coarse error will not come. If you try the same thing from another project, coarse error will come. Today also I'm showing you all the same scenarios to you. First, within the project. Second, from other projects. So coarse problem should be fixed. Third one, MVC to API controller communication. Okay, all these things I'm just going to demonstrate to you. Okay, first we'll see within the server. And to do this, first, let me host my project on IES. Let me host my project on IES because within the server, okay. But tomorrow when you go out of the server, when it's not hosted on IES, I cannot run both the two things now. I want to run both the two things now. Now compulsory my API will run on IES and my MVC controller will run on IES Express. Two separate servers. Got it? It can run on Kestrel also. So first let us host this on the IES. Okay, let me host it on IES. If you want to host an IES, the first thing is you're required to open your project in admin mode. Okay, we completed all these steps, guys. We completed all these steps yesterday. Registrations, everything up to here. Okay, sorry, API controller also we created. And I said you run it and test it by using the Swagger. We stopped it here. Now the first example I'm showing you, consuming a Core API service in an MVC controller using jQuery Ajax within the same project. Okay, we'll do it. So first plan is to host it on IES. Run as administrator. Do you remember the steps how to host on IES? Here we have followed different way of hosting it on the IES. What do we do? What we do? We open the project properties. We need to create a profile. Go to debug, open debug launch profiles UI. By default, we have HTTP profile, HTTPS profile, IS Express profile. So what you'll do? Create a new profile. Okay, now rename it. Let us call it as local IS. Any name here, your choice. Okay. Now what I said, go to IS Express. In this, we'll have some values. ASP.NET Core environment. Copy this. Go to local IS. Paste it here. Environment. Again, come to IS Express. See the options what we have. Launch browser. True. Checkbox. Launch browser. Again, you want to use Swagger. just here also URL, enter that as Swagger. Whatever you see there, try to use the same options here. Okay. And come to the app URL. Come to the app URL. When you come to the app URL here, just observe in the app URL, HTTP localhost, remove the port number, and in the place of it, write your project name. That's your virtual directory name now. Okay, what is that? Core Web API Service. I already shown you the steps earlier. Okay, so once you do all these activities, you can simply close it. Now here you'll find local IIS, and just to simply run it under local IIS. It's hosted on the local IIS. So that tomorrow when I'm trying to call from other projects, it becomes easy. See the URL, all of you. Now also Swagger is working as is. Because we said in that simply Swagger. Swagger works. And you can just try calling up all the things. Get method, try it out, execute. Yes. Now, what is your API URL? What is your API URL? Directly want to call the API. Directly, if you want to call the API, you want the URL, correct? You'll find it in the, without confusion here, you can see here, guys, the best way to identify. See, /API/customer. Why is there /API? Because that is the route we have given for it. Yesterday, we saw that already. That is the route. Sir, I don't want that API. Remove it. But it's a good habit of using API. If you don't want API, remove it. See, we have an inbuilt API controller called a weather forecast controller. Remember, for that API is not there. For that API is not there. What is present? Only weather forecast. See, observe it. Here we have that also. See, this is the weather forecast. Get, try it out, execute. See the URL, all of you. Why? In this route, they did not use API. What they used is only controller name. But our route, what I'm suggesting is use API. So tomorrow it will be convenient for understanding. You are calling a API a normal controller. Otherwise, we cannot differentiate. Now, this is a normal controller. This is an API controller. Just to differentiate, my suggestion is always use that API flag in that. Okay, now? So that tomorrow when you look at it in the first instance, you'll understand, okay, this is a API. This is a API, not a normal controller. Okay, now? So fine, guys. So we got our URL. What is the URL? We need to use this in our code now when I'm calling. Okay. Okay. Let me paste it in the notepad because we need to use that in our code. Okay, guys. Now, what I want to do is I just wanted to add a MVC controller in this project. If you recollect, when we open a web API project, not here, in .NET framework, when we open a web API project and later on we want to add a MVC controller, we install some packages in it. We added a routeconfig.cs file. And afterwards, we registered that in the global.asx. We followed some 3-4 steps to make that work for both now. To work for web API, to work for it, I made some changes. And for you, what I said to you, don't take all the pain. When you're creating the project, only select up both the 2 checkboxes. So it will install everything for you, I said. Correct? Now also, yesterday, we created what type of project? Web API project. We created a web API project. Now I want to run an MVC controller in it. We don't require to make much changes here. With some simple changes only, you can run both the 2 things. Very simple changes. No need to take off much changes in this case. Is it clear? So to tell you that, first, let me add a MVC controller in the project. Let me add a MVC controller in the project. Guys, I'm naming the MVC controller as home controller. What is it? Home controller. Come on. Let us go to controller. See, we have one weather forecast controller, customer controller. Both are APIs only. This is by default created and this is what we created. But now what I'm adding? MVC controller will give the name to it as home controller. Okay. And right now we have an index action method for it. Right click and add a view. Add view. I want to run this. Okay. Let me, for the time being, I'm writing what index page. I want to run this. But when I try to run this, here, by default, Swagger is launching. No. What is my API? What is my MVC controller name? Home. Home index. Not opening, guys. Why? Because ours is a web API project, and under that, you cannot run the views. You cannot run the views. If at all you want to run the views, the first change is go to program class. And here, if you remember, what is it added? Only controllers will work now. But if I say controllers with views, both will work. Both in the sense, API controllers also will work. MVC controllers also will work. No need to add one more thing. This only just to make it as both will work off. Are you clear? Sir, with this change, will my view run? No. Why? You did not define the route. You did not define the route. So now go to program class. Is program class only. The program class, see, what is it? Where is route pattern? Yeah, you are required to specify the route pattern. How to specify the route pattern? URL, sorry, name, URL. Under that will we give defaults also. Yes or not? That should be done. That particular change has to be done here. Just what you're required to do is only, yeah, see, first change. Second change is to define the route pattern. See, right now it is using map controllers. Map controllers means attribute routing. Map controllers means attribute routing. When we have attribute routing, I said you this one. When you have attribute routing, only attribute routes will work. But when we have conventional routing, both will work, I said here. Attribute also will work. Conventional also will work. But this is attribute routing. What will work? Only attribute routing will be working. Conventional routing will not work anymore. But if I use this middleware, which middleware? Conventional routing middleware, then attribute route also will work. Conventional route also will work. Both will work for you now. Okay. And how do we use conventional routing? This is a method I should call. Right? This is a method I should call. And this method I need to specify the values now. What is it? Name. Give some name, guys. Give some name. Something like default, comma. Afterwards, just give the pattern. The URL pattern. How you're expecting it to be launched. What do you want? First, you should give the controller. We require to specify the controller. Controller. And you want to give a default value. I said, when you are giving this, directly we can give the default value now. How? Oh. After controller, action. And for this, the default value is index. And then ID. ID question mark. Question mark indicates it is optional. The question mark is an indication to tell this is going to be optional for you in this case. Are you clear? Okay. So like this, we are just going to specify the URL pattern here. See the syntax, guys. Are you clear? And with all these changes, your application can now run under, your application can now run API controllers also, MVC controllers also. Watch. Okay. What is the URL for API controller? Paragraph Swagger. I'm not direct call. See. And if I don't give any of these particular things, see there, what is running? MVC controller. Sir, you did not give a home index. Why I should give? That is the default value, na? Slash home also will launch. Clear? The close season. Two simple changes. Two simple changes we've done. What are the two? First one, we changed the add controllers to add controller with views. Second change, we changed the map controller to map controller route and specified the route pattern. That's it. With these two changes, both are running off. But in our .NET framework here, not like that. We are just installing a packages again. Again, we require to add one class called as route config. And again, the route config should be registered under global.asax. We written some code, but we followed some steps there. But here also we followed some steps, but two simple steps. Very easy to remember this also. Okay. One more small thing I want to show you. I forgot to say. I hope you remember. I'm calling the Swagger. I'm trying to call a put. First, I'm trying to call a get. Try it out. 102. Let me copy this data. I want to modify this data, guys. I want to modify this data. So right now we have 4 records right now. 4 records right now. This second record data, I want to change the city of this customer as Delhi. Okay. So I'll call a put method. Try it out. Changing it as Delhi. Execute. Guys, I got error. Sir, yesterday it worked. Why it's not working? Tell me confidently. Yesterday the same code worked, we tested. But today it is not working. Yesterday we tested it. When you host an IES, I said to you already, IES will by default allow only get and post, will not allow put and delete. If you want to allow put and delete, you just require to open the web.config file. Oh, I forgot to say you this, guys. I forgot to tell you this. By default, web.config won't be there now. We discussed it. But when we hosted an IES, web.config will come. But this is only for IES settings only, not for project settings. Earlier, we used this web.config for IES settings also, project settings also. But today, this web.config is only for IES settings, not for project settings. Any project settings, it should be app settings.json. Am I clear or not? Any project settings should be done under app setting. But in .NET framework, app application settings also we done here. IES settings also we done here. But today this is purely for IES settings and you cannot do any application settings here. Application settings are completely app settings.json. Okay, now I forgot to say you. Yeah, handlers. Under handlers, we discussed like we require to add an handler like this one. Under the handlers, you need to add it. Next, modules. Under modules, you should add this. And once you do this, these two will give a permission for us to perform put and delete operations also over there. So otherwise, by default, I can perform only get and post. Now I can do put and delete also. I've given you guys step by step, every step, what changes to be done for all the things I've given you in a detailed process to you. Okay. What to test? Okay, first go for a get, try it out. Go for 102. I want the data, yeah, that's why I'm running get, that's all. Copy. Now come to put, try it out. Copy, copy the data here. Change this to Delhi. Changing this to Delhi. Execute. Put also will work. Delete also will work. Okay now? Fine. Now finally, let me bring you to the index page. And here, write the logic using jQuery, and call the API. Call the API. Guys, we tried this already earlier. One more time, I want to give a try. Can I write this logic? I want to use Ajax without installing, sorry, I want to use jQuery. Without installing jQuery, can I go for using a centralized jQuery? CDN. CDN, guys. I taught you this already. We can also use a CDN without using local, without installing Bootstrap, without installing the jQuery and all on your system. You can go for using a CDN for this. Possible, correct? Okay, I done used a CDN, guys, in my code. In this project, nothing intentional, nothing, just to tell you, array, anything is possible. I just tried using a CDN. Clear? If you want to write like environment specific, do that. You know that environment specific also, I said you the code, how you can write it environment specific. Okay, well. What next? The script tag. Three point 7.1 is the current version. Okay, latest only I have there. This one, fine. Next, by head. Next, body by HTML. Basic stuff I prepared. What happened? Oh, running. Okay. Okay. The basic stuff I prepared for you. Now, first the UI. How you're expecting a UI? When I explained this in .NET framework, I created a UI like this. I took a table, one row, two columns. In first column, I added a table and I showed all the data in a tabular format. Second column, I added another table with rows, text boxes and all. Correct? I want to do a different style of designing here. I want to do a different style of designing. What is that? Basically, the design, what I'm expecting in this context is, I don't want to go for two different tables. One table only. Just like our web form style. What do you mean? I want to display all the records in a tabular structure. Okay, now? But the only thing is, when you're displaying this in the tabular structure on the screen, I want to display all the data with text boxes. Every row will come with text boxes. If you want to edit, you can edit. And beside that, you'll have an update button. Click on update and update. See, remember our web forms architecture. We used to get all the rows. Every rows will have a update and a delete buttons on that line now. Correct? For adding a record, we added a new row in the bottom with the text boxes so that user can fill that values and click on the insert. We'll add the record. I want to design in that style. Why, sir? Why always same pattern? Yeah, different ways the clients will ask us. So I shown you an architecture for you. If you want the same, use the same here. But here I'm showing you a different style of coding. Okay, now? So what am I expecting now? A table, and the table should show all the data in the by default, what is editable? Name is editable, balance is editable, city is editable. These three text boxes, these three should get the text boxes so that we can edit. Checkbox is disabled, and first column is ID non-editable. Okay, now? So how many rows are there? 4 rows. So all the 4. And every row should contain the 2 buttons. What buttons? Update button, delete button. If you make any changes and click on update, it will update you. If you click on delete, it will delete you. For a delete, go for a confirmation and delete. And the last row should be empty text boxes with an insert button so that I can fill it and click on insert, the record should be inserted. Got it? Huh? So this is the design I'm expecting. Okay. So first let us start with the design part of it. Let us start with the design part of the things. Okay. I'm using a background color for my body. I done some styling, guys. That's all. Now table. Remember, I taught you on that day, T head, T body. So T body can be cleared and you can add the rows to the T body. T head will not be cleared. That's why we separated it into 2 separate parts. T head, T body. T body can be cleared. Okay. So now T head is fixed, right? T head is fixed. What do you want? You know that actions buttons, actions. Okay. Now then comes the T body. T body, nothing is there right now. T body is empty. Right now, T body is empty. This T body is going to be added by us dynamically. We are going to add it by us dynamically. And also in the bottom, after the table, guys, I'm going to add one div tag. Div tag. What, sir? That is only for adding any. Okay. The div tag. This div tag, I'm doing it. Where is it? For displaying error messages? That's all. To display the error messages. Remember the name of it? Div messages. Not like error messages here, any message. Error, warning, whatever I want to show in the bottom, it will come below the table. It will come below the table. But guys, yeah, one small thing. We are going to add some buttons on this. And if the button should work, we need a form tag. We need a form tag. So just I'm adding a form tag to you. That's the design. Form, table, T head, all these things. And this is purely for displaying the messages. That's it. Nothing more than that. A div. I used a div. Okay. So right now when you run this, what do you see? A blank table, man. You'll see a blank table. Only head row. Only header. Now, customer ID should be just display text. That's it. Name. Text boxes should come. And value should be in the text box. Same way for balance, for city. Status, checkbox, but disabled state. Actions, 2 buttons. What are the 2? Update button, delete button. Additionally, 1 row in the bottom for insert. Clear? Okay. And all that coding should be done under script by script. Is where I should write all my code now. Okay now? And we are going to write the code by using jQuery. We are going to write the code by using the jQuery. The first function what I required to do is, the first function what I just required to do is, I just required to write one method called as a get customers. Recollect, we done it, a get customers, and we call this in the body onload. In the body onload, we call get customer. The get customers will go and display all the things. Are you clear? Okay. Now also we need to write a get customers now. Now also we need to write a get customers. Guys, this is my get customers. Okay. Let me describe the code. Recollect. $.ajax URL. Type JSON. Success. If it is success, all of you carefully watch it. I said you this point, remember, if it is success, I just wanted to, I'm sorry, if it is success, I just wanted to call a function. And what I said, you can do in two styles. Option one, you can write the function name here and build a logic there. Option two, you can write the code directly in the form of anonymous function also. Two options I taught you. You can write the code separately in a separate function and specify the function name here. And this is get all. So customers will come, customers will be submitted there. And there you can implement all the logic. Another option, anonymous. Another option is anonymous. So I'm using anonymous coding, guys. Look at the first line. No function name, anonymous. See the first line. Already explained you. tbody.empty. It will clear the body. Next, it will append. My first row is a row for adding a record with the text boxes. With the text boxes. See, tr, td. First row is insert row, guys. All text boxes. Fifth one is checkbox. And the sixth one is insert button. Watch. tr, td. Input id is equals to customer id. I'm giving some width. This is the first TD. Now, second TD. id is equals to name. Third TD. id is equals to balance. Fourth TD. id is equals to city. Fifth TD. id is equals status type is equals to checkbox. Type equal to checkbox. Sixth TD. Button. Which button? Insert. Value is insert. On click. Add customer. On the click of it, add customer function should execute. Is it clear? Yes or not? How many rows you will add like this? One row only. For inserting one row only. But data rows are one or multiple? Answer fast, yaar. Data rows are one or multiple? Multiple. Insert row is one only, but data rows are multiple. Today 4 records are there. 100 records will be there. 1000 records. Then I should loop. Now see in the next line. I said you this is how you read a for each loop here. For each. Pass the customer. And for each you're required to take an anonymous function again. Function. Index plus customer. See, customers. List of customers. Customer. Single customer. You're passing it. What are you doing? See. Append. Append, you're required to write the logic there. I can write it here. But I've done this different style. See. In append, I'm calling a function. Right. See. Read line, calling a write line. A function inside a function. This append is calling a function. What is the function? What am I passing? Customer. What are you doing there? I've written the logic for building my row now. I've written the logic for building my row. See, what I passed is customer. I'm building a row. I've written different coding styles here just to make understand like that you can write like this, you can write just I'm trying to show you multiple options in the code. That's all. Sir, why all this? Can't we write there? There only write up here, no problem. If you want to write up there only, or write it like a separate code also. So see, I'm building the row. Again, TR, align center. What did I say? First cell is directly display the text, read only. So straight away, I was publishing the customer ID there. See. Second, third, four, data should come in text box so that user can edit. Four, if you're five, data should come in a checkbox but disable. Six, two buttons. What are the two buttons? Update button, delete button. That all I'm building, man. Just I'm trying to build the same thing only. Are you clear? Say, second one, third one, fourth one, text boxes. First one is not a text box. So static text is shown, see. And then fifth one, you're required to specify a checkbox. Active, inactive, I'm checking now. Status is true. If status is true now, I'm displaying a checkbox. What is the value? Checked. Array checkbox checked means it is checked now. Else means false. Then what is the value? Checked is not there. Empty text box only will come. Empty text box only will come. I think I forgot to add this. I want this to be in the disabled state. These checkboxes should not be editable. What can be edited? Only name, balance, city can be edited. ID cannot be edited. Checkbox also cannot be edited. So to that, in HTML, we have direct option there. What is that? Disabled. And now, guys, sixth row. In the sixth row, you're adding two buttons. First button is for update. Second button is for delete. And observe it carefully, calling update customer, delete customer. Are you clear? And I'm passing a parameter. What is the parameter? This. What is this, sir? This row. This row. Because we called update here. Which row? I called update button. Which row should be updated? So many rows are there now. This row means in which row you are, that row will be updated for you. I call delete. Then also this row. Is it clear? So like this, I'm just trying to pass on the values to that here. Just a minute. Yeah. And see all of you. If you just notice it, this is checkbox. Fine. Return new row. Yeah, this is the code. What is the name of the function? It'll build a row now. It'll build a row, and that is used in the for each. So for each will run now, and it'll add you. If you want to write all this code in a separate function, write the whole code in separate function and call the function there. Error. If error, I'm again calling anonymous function. For that, I'm passing the request. Okay. And I'm writing the code in a handle exception and I'm passing that particular request. Not request here. This is error actually. That is error information. That is the error information. JavaScript doesn't have data types. Nah. Any name you can write there. No problem. Okay. You're just trying to pass the error information. But basically error is a keyword. Maybe it can give you a chance of giving some problem sometimes. That is why I used as a request, I think. Or otherwise, error result is the error result. Whatever you write, it will work. No issues with this. And under the handle function, see what I'm doing? I'm taking that. Or request is not a good word. Error. Okay, simply we'll call error only, no problem. And here also, I'm naming it as error. From this error, I'm picking the data, see, status. That will tell you any status code. Next, status text. Okay. And if there is any message, I'm taking that error message also. Three things: code, text, message. What is code? Code is some numeric value, guys. What is text? Text is, say, like exception name. What is message? Message is exception message here. Divide by 0 exception. But message is attempted to divide by 0. You get a detailed message there now. Here it will tell you only name, but here it will give you a message. It will give you a message. So that will be shown as an alert message, provided if any error occurs. And see, this is success code, error code. Well, now this is get customers. If you want to execute this get customers, how do we execute? When do you want to execute? I want to execute in body onload. So in the body onload, we can just call onload is equals to get customers. You can call it now. Let us try. Copy the function name. Go to the body tag, and here we write what is it? Onload is equals to calling it. So when I run this, we did not have rather runtime compilation. That's why it did not work. Understood what I said? I did not add rather runtime compilation. That's why it did not work. Let us add it because I want to keep this running and do my changes. Guys, that is the design what I said to you. Clear or not? See the design, first row coming with text boxes with the insert button. Second, third, and fourth row, fifth row, remaining all the rows, data rows. And when you talk about the data row, they're showing the data. Checkboxes disabled, cannot be modified. Clear or not? Understood all of you? Okay. In the notes here, I forgot to use disabled for checkboxes. I used checked, but I forgot disabled. Because we know that that is non-editable. That is non-editable. We don't want that to be editable there. It should be purely non-editable. Okay. It's purely non-editable. So simply add the disable flag also. Did you understand me? Yeah. You know this calling code, na? What is that? How to call? Let me install the Razor. Every time I will stop it and run it again. So simply let me install of the Razor. What is that? Razor runtime compilation. Okay, got it. Actually, we opened 8.0 now. It was trying 9. So that is error. So change to 8, guys. Change to 8 version. Install. Yesterday, for Swagger, We opened 8, not 9. So that's a rather is telling a rather is selected 9. So that's just changing the version. No issue. Come to program. Dot. Done. Okay. So guys, yeah. Basically, what I'm trying to explain you is body on load is equals to, we called it now. If I don't call, it won't load, sir. If I don't call, it won't load now. Yeah, perfect. It won't load. It is not going to load you. Blank, only header row will come. Data rows won't come now. So we need to call that function. If at all we want our logic to be executed in the load, correct? But jQuery or Ajax provides you another option. This one you know now, you learned in JavaScript. I already shown you this in our previous cases. Also, I shown you this particular thing. Okay. I'll show you another style of loading without calling it body on load. How, sir? In jQuery, we have an option, guys. Watch that. Document dot ready. When the document is ready, call the function. Which function? Get customers. You can execute like this. If you write this code, then your code gets executed automatically. Your logic gets executed automatically when the body is when the document is ready. This is another style. Okay, so I'm using that. Sir, should I use it? No, yeah, it's not like I'm showing. Option is there. I'm showing you. That's all. In the script tag, I'm writing that code. What is it? Document dot ready. Okay. So just trying to use the document.ready function and doing it. Save it. Load it. Any doubts? Understood me? This is how you can write up your code by using the document.ready function. The document.ready function will give you, yeah, it will provide you the option of calling it by default. What next? We need to write the logic for all the methods now. Insert, update, delete. Here we don't have single record option. Here we don't have single record option. What we have is only these options: insert option, update option, and the delete option. Okay. So for insert here, when you added the row here, when you added the insert row, in the insert row, just concentrate here carefully. This is the insert row, right? Text boxes. We add a button, and for the button, we provided a function name. I require to write the add customers code. You want to build a complete table, write the code complete table here. Then what you require to pass here? Customers, whole code. But I've written some code there, some code here, that's all. Function, add customer. Function, add customer. Concentrate, you want to go for an add customer. You want to add a customer. Okay, we'll add a customer, guys. How do you add a customer? Say, I shown you serialize method. the serialize method will automatically convert everything and send it to you, I said you. Okay. Sir, without that, can't I pass individual values? Can't I pass individually? Means I don't want to use the serialize method here. Without a serialize, I want to use it. I shown you serialize option for you there. You can use serialize here also. But I'm showing you another style of coding. See what? JavaScript also supports you objects, classes, objects, but there are no data types in JavaScript now. So directly, if at all you want to define a class, we don't require to write class name something, because that option is there only, not there only. TypeScript came into picture. TypeScript will be like your C#, write a manual class, create instance and all. In JavaScript, I want to represent a customer. In C#, if you want to represent a customer, you write a class with all the properties now. You can do in JavaScript also, guys, like this. Did you understand it? This is JavaScript class object. JavaScript doesn't have classes here, directly objects only. JavaScript doesn't have classes, directly objects only. Directly we have objects. We don't have classes. What we have is directly objects in JavaScript. We straight away create a object of a class directly like this. Now you can assign values individually for this now. From where? From the text boxes. From where? From the text boxes we can assign the value. Okay, how do I'll tell you. Just a minute. I want this not only for add customer, I want it for edit customer also. So because I want in both the two functions, I want to make it global. Got it? What is there here? Declare outside the function. C# only, object-oriented programming. If you write inside a function, specific to the function. If you write outside, common to all. Now it is going to be common to all. So we are writing the code. We are doing a declaration here. So it is not inside any function, right? It is not inside any function. So accessible to add customer also, accessible to edit customer also. Okay. Yeah. Fine. Watch this, all of you. What is your class name? Declare. Create an instance of it. Where obj is equals to customer. This is an instance of the customer now. Now, just to simple object-oriented programming, this is a class. Instance of the class. Don't expect like C#. This is JavaScript. JavaScript has its own style. Afterwards, what you'll do? For every cell, you will assign a value. obj.customer ID is equals to obj.name is equals to. Like this, we assign. Okay. Check it out. Check it out, man. I'm assigning now. And I hope you remember the dollar hash name, dollar customer ID. What is it? Control names now. And we are picking the value. What is this, sir? See, when you say status, that is a checkbox. What it has to return, true or false? The is a function. And you pass checked for that. Checked or unchecked. If that is true, if it is checked, it returns you true. If it is not checked, it returns you false. If it is simple English, man, remove all the braces and read it. Status dot is checked. Remove all the braces and read, man. Status dot is checked. True or false will come. If it is checked, true will come. If it is not checked, false will come. Okay, na? So now you collected all the values in obj, na? This obj can be passed. Without writing all this code, we directly used a serialize method. The serialize method is doing it. But today, without that, I written the code in a different style. Okay? And one more. How did you call jQuery Codia? $.ajax. And we passed all the information to it, right? Yes or not? Remember C# class. I want to pass a connection string to a connection class. I can pass in two ways. How, sir? While creating an instance, you can pass that value as a constructor parameter. Second option, create an empty instance and in the next line write con.connection string is equals to and assign a value. Possible now? Same way. When you're calling this one, what is it? $.ajax. You have all this information now. What are the information? URL, type, data type, success, failure. Array, if at all you need to pass in information, that also should be assigned data. Another attribute, data. Okay. What are you doing for Ajax, $.ajax? You're passing all the information in the form of a array. See, man, in the form of an array. You can build the array separately and pass. Did you catch the point? You can build the array separately and pass the array at a time to $.ajax without passing all the information here. Did you catch the point? What I'm telling is, look at, I'm showing you completely new style of coding here. That's all. Look at this, all of you. Look at this. I'm creating an array where options is equals to curly braces indicates an array. Now, for that array, I'm adding all the information. First one, URL. Second one, type. Third one, content type. Fourth one, data type. Fifth one, data. See again, JSON.stringify. What it will do? It will convert the object into a JSON string. It will convert the object into a JSON string. Next, success. What is success? See, you're calling a get customer. And here in the div messages, I'm showing a message. What is it? Insert operation is success. Next, error. In error, what you're doing, see? Showing an error message to you. Showing a error message. See, what did I do? I built an array. Correct? Now what you can do is, directly you can say $.ajax and pass the array to it. Pass the array to it. See, you're passing some values here. You can pass individual values or you can combine all and pass in the form of a single value also. Got it? See? Like this also we can write. Did you understand or not? Earlier, how did we pass? $.ajax and all this I have written under this one now. Correct? But today what I'm doing? Open the mouth here. If you don't understand, tell that at least. Don't open the mouth. You don't respond. Did you understand or not? What you're doing? You created one array, added all the information to the array. Now the array is passed here. But here, how did we pass? Array is built directly there only. Now in the second one, array is built separately. Array is passed for this. That's it. Understood? Like this. Two styles of writing the code. You can write in any of the two mechanisms. You can write either in the first style or you can write either in the second style. Because earlier I shown you one style. Here I thought, let me show you a new style of coding. That's it. So this is going to perform the insert operation. Save it. Come to your browser. Refresh. Come on. 105. James. 60,000. Kolkata. Status. Insert. Go and see the XML file if you have any doubts. Done. Same code you write for update also now. Same code you write for update also. Okay, come on. Let us do the second thing. What is it? Update customer. It is update customer. So just like add customer, You need to go for update customer. See guys, in update customer also I'll use the same customer class now. That is a class now, I'll use it. In update, small minor changes are there. You need to understand. First, update customer. What are you passing? Button. You said not this. You passed this. So instance of the button will come here. Instance of the button will come here. Did you understand? Carefully observe this code. First line, creating the instance. Second line, customer ID is equals to button dot data dot customer ID. What is that? You have the button information. Why that button I passed is? How many rows are there? 5 rows. Then 5 update buttons are there, man. Which button? I need to recognize it now. That's why I pass the button instance to it. Button dot data of customer ID. What is this button dot data of customer ID, sir? When I am building my row, when I'm building my data rows, carefully listen. This is my button, right? Watch it carefully. Type, on click, update. And for this, I added another thing. Observe it, all of you. Do you remember in in Windows Forms, I explained you tag. You can attach some data for that. You can attach some data for that and read in the code now. Same way, in JavaScript, there is an attribute data hyphen, same like our HTML helpers. ASP hyphen route hyphen dot dot dot. You can fill that dot 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 now. I'm also filling that one now. What is it? Customer ID. Is inbuilt jQuery coding here. There is no relation with our MVC or anything. JavaScript inbuilt functionalities these are. What am I passing? Customer ID. Now see, for every button, I'm attaching the customer ID now. For button 1, 101. For button 2, 102. For third update, 103. For fourth update, 104. Fifth update, 105. So that value is what I am reading here. Did you understand or not? What will it return here? The customer ID. Okay. Now name. You want the name. Carefully notice this. Carefully notice it. Input hyphen name. You're referring to the name text box now. You're referring to the name text box. Are you getting me? Okay. But sir, there are 5 name text boxes. Again, you'll put blank faces. Yeah, you have 5 name text boxes now. All are having the same name only. Name. Correct? How many are there? Which one should I read? I need to read the name of the text box corresponding to the update button I clicked. Got it? Watch. What am I passing? Button. Means, suppose if this is the button. Button. Dot parent. Dot parent means TR. Where is the button here? Under T. Sorry. TD. Dot parent means TD. Again, dot parent means TR. 2 times I used. Means what I'm telling, this button, parent TD, parent TR, pick me the text box present in this TR. Pick me the text box present in this TR. Which text box? Name text box. Because all the 5 text box names are same only. We did not give different names. When you're dynamically creating, how will you give different name here? If I say input type is equals to text, 10 text box will have same name only now. So now the confusion starts. Which text box are you referring, sir? So for that, how did we get it? I want named text box, but 5 named text boxes are there. So clearly telling, array, the named text box that is present in this row. Which row? Button dot parent dot parent. Button dot parent means TD. Parent means TR. Array, you've done this in your ASP.NET here if you remember that. Data grid view 1 dot rows of. Under that rows, cells of. Controls of. You written this code, na? Again, you converted that into a text box. After converting into a text box, dot text. Same pattern. I'm converting this into a text box and I'm picking the value of it. Dot val. There we called dot text. For checkbox, we called dot checked. Here, dot val. Here also see, for checkbox, what did I do? Is checked. Are you getting me? So what should I pick? Is checked is what I have to pick in this particular case now. Okay. So name, balance, city, status. If you don't want the status to be editable, ignore it. Don't pass the information or directly pass of true. Directly pass of true. Okay, okay. Why I did not say disabled, you know, if I said disabled, I cannot read that value. That's why I did not use disabled. Okay, now I remember. When I said disabled, I cannot read the value in the code. Are you getting me? Point is, why should I read this? Put it disabled. Don't read this. Just to make you understand, I've written you this coding like that. This is how you should write. But I hope there should be a static value true. Agree or not? There should be a static value true. By default, it should be true only. So I'm commenting of this and writing of the static value as true, because when it is in disabled state, I cannot read the status. Always it returns me false only. If it is disabled, it will return me false only. The checked also, it returns me false. That is why I put that in the enabled state, but that's wrong. It should be in disabled state because status can never be modified. So, but in update, status value is always true only. So directly what I'm using is true. Okay, now, are you guys clearer? So what I'm using is true. Rest of the code is same only, see. Rest of the code is same here. Put JSON, string dot, JSON dot stringify. Success function, what do you call? Get customers and display message. Failure function, you're displaying the error. $.ajax options. Save it just to reading the value only. Did you guys understand how did I read the values or not? So first I captured the button information. How did you capture the button information? In update function, when I call this update customer, I passed this there. This means this button. First I got the button information. Then with that button, I referred to parent.parent and I got the row information. And from that row, I picked all the text boxes now. Understood? Okay. There is no indexing here. How did we do it in web forms, you know? In web forms? Data grid view 1 dot rows of E dot row index. E dot row index. E dot row index will tell you the selected row now. Are you getting me? Now, once you get the row index, you called dot cells of, which cell you're referring to. You said that now. Cells of 0. If that doesn't have any control, directly dot text will give you the result. Okay. If at all any controls, again we said controls of 0. And afterwards we converted it into appropriate control. Text box or check box. If it is text box, we called it dot text. If it is a check box, we called it dot checked. Understood my point? But here the difference is it is not C#, it is JavaScript. JavaScript has a different coding style, and that is what I followed here. Okay, save it. Yeah, and here I want to update something. I just want to make it as 65,000 and click on update. I think there is an error. Not updated. Not updated, guys. Let us see. Not updated. Inspect. Error. Update customer is not defined. We called it also. Na? Yes, we called it here. Why it is telling not defined? What is it? I did not refresh. Okay. Maybe it's I did not refresh the page. You're right. Thank you for correcting me. Yeah, I did not refresh the page. There's a mistake. See there. Update operation is successful. Is that clear? Understood? Okay. So update is done. What next? Delete. Alright, delete. See, just a second. Just a second. This update basically, if at all I try to pass this value, I'm not passing true, I'm passing this value. Refresh. It is working, no issues then. I'm not sure which record I modified. 104. Okay, no problem, it's working. Even I disabled also, it's working. Even in the, did I save it here first? That should I, not refreshing, did I save it there is the question. So remember, it should not reflect. Okay, with working, no issues then. Working, man. Update is success. No problem. Then no need of writing true. We can read that value. We can read the appropriate value and pass it on the appropriate information. No issues with that. Okay. So just a small correction is at the time of creation, make them disabled. So this is non-editable. This is non-editable. What next? Delete. When the user clicks on the delete, nothing is happening. We need to write the logic. We need to write the logic. What should happen? Delete customer. Delete customer. What do you do in delete customer here? Array, in delete customer again, the same story, guys. First, I should read the button, which delete button. Okay. Ask the user a confirmation. Are you sure of deleting the record? User says yes. And I should pick the customer ID and pass it to the server. Pass to the server. That's it. Here, simple code only, man. You can easily understand. Okay, let me paste it so that we'll see. Check button, Ajax URL. Passing on that. I said you can pass like this also, or we can pass as the data. Like that also we can pass. Yeah, I'm passing off like this slash button dot data of customer ID. Reminding all, type is delete, data success error. Here we don't have separate data and all the appropriate information. Why? The data is directly passed off here. So this has to delete. Okay. I did not write this code. Shit. I did not write the confirm code, I think. Yes, I did not add the confirm code. Let me add it. What you'll write? Confirm. What? Are you sure of deleting the record? Are you sure of deleting the record? Where status is equals to. This will return you true or false. This will return you true or false. If status means if true. Then execute all this code. If true only, execute all this code. No, this if condition close is here. It's $.ajax. Oh, sorry. $.ajax should be closed here. This is a close for error. This is a close for $.ajax. Then is a close for if condition. Am I clear? Just a minute. Auto formatting will not work in this jQuery. This is a hell. This is a close for $.ajax. This is a close for if condition. This is a close for JavaScript function. Yeah. So just a confirmation what I'm asking there, that's all. I missed it. Can you add it? Not showing you. Do it. Do it on your own. Refresh. Something wrong. Somewhere braces are missing. This function is proper. This function is fine. This is fine. This is fine. This is fine. This is fine. Error here, guys. Where? Oh, this brace is not closed. That is the error. Yeah, the one headache with jQuery or JavaScript, I said you can't see the error directly on screen. I want to delete 105, click delete, asking, are you sure? Cancel. Nothing happened. When I click OK, deleted. Data deleted, and you can see. So come here, go to XML, see that. 104. 5 is not there. Okay, now, are you guys clear? Okay, fine. We have done it. We have just been able to call the appropriate function. So where we called it, right now, both these two are running in the same origin. What? API as well as MVC, both are running in the same origin. See guys, these two are running in the same origin, same domain, no problem. But if they run in different domains, problem will come now. How to test it, sir? Create another project, try to run that on another server, IES Express. Now you see, these two are right now running on IES only, same domain. But now, if I try create another project, that will run on one server, this will run on one server. API is running on local IES. Try to run your MVC on IES Express or Kestrel. Choice is yours. Anything you run. Then compulsory problem comes. Did you understand or not? Then compulsory a problem is going to be arriving. Okay, let us see that, guys. Let us see that. We discussed about this already earlier. And to fix it, we discussed like we require to use course policy. A course policy has to be enabled. Hmm. So just a minute. I created a project called as, this is from another. Want to consume an APS from other project. First, we need to enable the course. Okay, we'll see it. But first, let us understand the problem. Name is Core Web API Consumer 1. Create a new project. What project, guys? Oh, desktop is there here. Web. Core Web API Consumer 1. 8 or 9. 9 also will work here, no problem. Why? We are calling it. That is 8 and 9 versions are not known to each other here. When I call it, data will come. Are you getting me? When the problem will come, when all are in the same project, problem will come. These are two separate projects. 9 all. Tomorrow Java application also can call. I already taught you that one. Java application can call. Then how will it match version there? Version is not important here. No problem. Are you getting my point here? So version doesn't matter for me at all in this particular context. Okay. Do not use double statements. Oh, I just unchecked. No problem that the configure for HTTPS, I did not check it out. If you check it also, no issue. It will work. Not much code, guys. Very simple. I will add a controller. Give a name for it. Oh, we open MVC project now. By default, home controller is there. By default, we have a home controller there. Let us name it as test controller. Any name, your choice, no problem. By default, it comes with a index action. Right click, add view, raster view empty. Delete. What you'll do now? Go to your previous project, copy the code in index.html as it is, paste it here, and run the project. Run the project. Can it call? It cannot call. Why? Because CORS policy is not enabled in the API. CORS policy is not enabled in the API. So when I try to run this, compulsory, it is going to throw me a error. I should have added the link on the top. Where layout is there now. We should have added the link. Oh, I forgot that. Okay, no problem. Why? Stop that. What happened? Slash test. Check out. Not loaded. Why, sir? Why not loaded? Go and see in the inspect. It'll talk about the CORS problem. Blocked the request to this from this. Both are two different domains. So they are blocked. They are blocked basically. They're not running. Understood all of you? So it is telling you this is blocked. So where should I fix the problem? Array, you're not going to fix the problem in your project. Means in the current project, not the problem. Problem is with the source project. Means API fix should be done there, not here. Are you getting me? For example, what I'm trying to tell is, let me, not this. Let me keep this in the run mode. Let me keep this in the run mode. Okay. Slash test. No data being loaded. I'm not stopping this, guys. Just to prove you, I don't require to make any changes here is the point I want to tell you. Let me keep it in the run mode. Let me take you to the API and do my changes here. What should I do? I should enable CORS. How to do? Go to program and you're required to do all the changes that are required for enabling the CORS. And in ASP.NET, guys, you're required to install a package, but here no need, guys. The CORS package is already available. Builder.services.add CORS. Builder.services.add CORS. Okay, so I want to consume the CORS service. Fine. Second, you need to add a middleware to tell allowed origins, allowed methods, and allowed headers. I explained all these things to you already. What domains should be allowed, what headers should be allowed. Understood means only allow me JSON header. Only if it is JSON. If it is a request is coming from XML, don't allow it. Third one, methods. What method should be allowed? I want to allow only get method, post method. I don't want to allow put and delete. I can tell that. That is what I should do. That's so this is what use CORS is the one what you require to write. And here we specify all the options. Did you understand? Okay. And you're required to write it after routing. No, sorry. Just below on the top only we can add but below, that's it. Here, guys, because this is Configure method, not configure services. No? Yeah. What to write? Sir, how can I allow only specific origins? The method name is allow any origin. But how can I allow specific origins now? Did you understand the question? Options dot allow is the method, guys. Sorry, with origins. Specify the URLs here. With origins. Simple English, man. Allow any origin. All origin. Allow, sorry, options dot with origin and tell the domain there. Then it will give you permission only for that. Okay. I said to you like google.com. Only if the domain is google.com, it is accessible. Narasheti.com. Only if the domain is narasheti.com, it is accessible. Like that we can call with origins, with methods, with headers. With origin, with method, with address to tell what you want. You want to give it free? Any. But there we use star. In ASP.NET, what we used? Star. But here it's a different way of doing it. We are going to call separate methods. Save it. Build this project once. If you save, it won't reflect. You should build. Why? The changes should be reflected to IES. Now, after doing all the changes, see, I kept this project in the run mode now. Just wanted to tell you, I don't require to make any modifications in this. Size variation. That's all. Bigger in size. That's why layouting is there. That's why it is coming like this. Same story, see. Again. $60,000. Chennai. Insert. Inserted. Go and see in the previous project. Working. Update. Delete. Just to that course, that's it. Otherwise, nothing. It will work same like for you and other. Only thing is course enabled or not. If same origin, course policy problem will not come. If different origin, course problem will come. So today, I shown you this for you. With course, without course. Same project, other project. Same project, no need course. Other project, course should be enabled. Tomorrow, we'll see this, guys. Remember, how do we call HTTP client? We have a class called HTTP client. With the help of HTTP client, we can call the APIs. What is it? We call the appropriate method put async, post as JSON async, delete as JSON async. Sorry. Post put as JSON, delete async, get async, delete async. We discussed about some methods. Yeah, we'll be using those methods and we'll call it from our .NET application. From where? Controller will call the API. But here who is calling? jQuery is calling the API. But here MVC controller will call the API. We'll see this tomorrow. Okay, let's stop here, guys. We'll meet tomorrow.